Welcome back. Let's make this mirror. Let's get to work. Okay, so this is a picture of it leaning sideways. It's so long, it's kind of hard to get a picture. Anywho, um, I had to add a little bit of length to it. And as you can see, I just basically went around the perimeter. I add about 4 inches to all sides to make it the way I really want it to look. So yeah, I ended up using some glue to take the foam. Like I said, I measured it out. And now what I'm doing right now, I'm actually adding a little bit of, a lot of tape as a little bit of, I guess you could say a little bit more security, because that's going to be the part that's sitting up on the wall. So again, it's a wall mirror. It won't add too much pressure to it. So so far so good. Anyway, you can always add any other additional embellishments, or you can just get a board that's a little bit longer. This board was already pre-cut, so I kind of went ahead and winged it, because like I said, a lot of the other stuff I already had. So yeah, but anyway, I'm using the I think tape was one of the things I didn't add on the description of items. This is actually what's that Gorilla Glue tape, one of my favorite tapes. So it's pretty strong, sturdy, all that fun stuff. So yeah, I went across the board, and then I ended up adding some the other way as well, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is use some liquid nails. I can't find my caulk gun, so yes, bear with me. I'm basically squeezing it out of the back, and I'm going to add a lot of dabs all over the board within that line. So as you can see, I started on that side. I'm going to go all over it because I really want it to sit. And I let it sit for about 20 minutes because I will be using that adhesive spray. Make sure you have a ventilated area, a fan or something like that, using the liquid nails as well. So this is my mirror. This is a Dollar Tree mirror that I got. I had it for a while, and what I did was I added that, and then I went and got something to sit on top of it as it dried as well. This is the foam that I'm going to be using. It's basically like a twin foam I got from Walmart. I think it was like $10. The twin size one works just fine. This is actually some that I had left over also. No, I had some left over after I finished. I take that back. I had some left over. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and like cut and measure the sides. I started with the bottom and the top. Cut those two pieces to make sure they fit. And then I go and cut my other two strips for the longer side. And whatever excess is left over, just, toss it, throw it to the side. And I'm going to use my adhesive spray. And unfortunately, you can't really see me because, again, the shot is so long. But I'm going to spray a good amount of this adhesive spray and let it sit up there. And I cut off any excess that was in the way of letting it lay flat. I didn't want it to overlap the mirror any kind of way. And basically I go and work on the other side and do the same thing. Add the adhesive spray, lay it down. Then I'm going to cut my longer strips. So again, once I cut my longer strips, I'm going to repeat the same process of adding the adhesive spray, and this is the Gorilla Glue adhesive spray. I went and got some books that I had lying around and pretty much lay it across different areas of these to make sure that they lay and then everything is the way it needs to be and it doesn't shift, because on this project I won't be using any batting and I wanted everything to be as even as possible. Now you can always add batting as well, but I didn't. So now I'm going to add my 2 yards. I'm going to lay my fabric out. I'm going to put my good sides up, which is my little fabric, little velvet looking part, and I'm going to cut around the mirror part, but I use the perimeter of it as a guide to make sure that I'm cutting it just around the glass. That way, when I go in to attach the fabric to the frame, I'll have enough room. And as you can see, that's how it's cut. I started off by thinking about, well, I did start off stapling it. That was a horrible idea because the staples got a little too close and I actually ended up getting a crack. A little tiny crack in the bottom. So instead I used hot glue. And what I do, I start off by folding the piece of fabric under, adding a little bit of glue, and just press it down. It's a little bit tedious, but it actually worked out better that way. And so I just fold it, and I repeat this step all the way around the entire perimeter of the mirror frame, that is. Because everything that I'm gluing, I'm technically gluing it to the black part of the frame. I'm not gluing anything to the mirror. Now this is how it looks. Now what I'm going to have to do is cut whatever excess that I have left over from the fabric. And I normally leave about a good 2 to 3 inches just in case I want to fold it over and staple it, or if I just want to lay it back. Now working in, work out works in your favor for this, because when you start pulling the fabric, you can get like the little crease and stuff out by pushing it outward, like I am smoothing it out with my hand. So that works in your favor, working inward out. So I go around and staple using the parallel method, meaning I go from long side to long side to make sure both of my sides are, stapled well, and then I go to the short side, and then I'm able to pull my fabric and staple it just like that. So yeah. So again, I'm going to the parallel side and doing the same thing. I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the